we were having in the caucus chambers, you made reference to the city of Bedford and our law department in the same sentence. If that wasn't libelous, I don't know what was. We could keep talking about this we. Well, why is the administration, you're talking about finances run amok, and we came in 9% under budget last year. We've come in under budget 9 years in a row. And it is not the administration's fault that we don't have revenue. Who took the revenue away?
I want to point one more thing out, if I may. Accountability is defined as, in ethics and governance, accountability is answerability, blameworthiness, liability, and expectation of account giving. As an aspect of governance, it has been central to discussions related to problems in the public sector, nonprofit and private. So that kind of trumps what you say, because you're saying accountability for them, but you're saying it's not because of the job they're doing.
No, it's every, certainly in my experience in the government, there are standard methods of dealing with things. And just like in any other kind of a business, private business, there are ways of managing, making sure that you're getting the value for what you're spending. And what you do is, if you have a lot of variability in a contract where someone needs to work for you, but they may have more work or less work, they have to provide you with the detail of what they're doing. That's all it's about.
We have that detail.
Well, we don't have that detail in the normal.
No, you have two bridges. We'd have never had those without our law department and dealing with the railroad. You're talking about something that you know of only 2 years. I go back 10 years and say without this law department, Macedonia would not be at the place it is today, and I don't want to even think about getting rid of them. And the law department is appointed by the mayor, and you're trying to economically evict them out of that office.
No.
And that's wrong. And we have department heads that came together. Nobody came to that meeting except Jan, to talk about why we need more money. It is not our fault that there's not enough money, because we come in under budget. We watch our costs. It's not our fault. Yet we have to suffer the consequences and not be able to give the service that our residents deserve. I can't okay a budget that does that. Any other discussion?
I would say we do have details. I know we were given all the details ad nauseum for what would have been contained within the retainer. The billable hours, I know are available. I've seen them in the past. We've done this before where we've got copies of them. It's just a matter of, asking for them. They're there. It's not a secret. So if you've asked for them and you're not getting them, that needs to be brought forward. But if you haven't asked for them, they're there. We used to review them in previous years. We'd get them.
I have asked for them.
But you just made the comment that they're not available and you haven't seen them. So
No.
that's not true. They're there. And I think what we need to review the fact, and I've got a proposal on the table, guys, that I think is a good compromise. You made the comment that in business, in the government, you do things the way you are, and you have accountability to make sure they're done the way they are because they've been done that way in the past.
No.
You're asking to change an entire process that has worked well and is cost-effective. In your mind, it's not, but when comparisons here of what we're doing between billable hours and that, cost-effective, I think we need to just take a step back, take the year before we go ahead and just throw out what's been done in process. Take the year and have those discussions, whether it's with this law department, who would be the contract, because they have the contract through
Right.
2015, and talk to others to see what would be, and I think that's a good way to avoid a lot of the brouhaha, and we just move forward. I want our employees paid.
Well, I do too.
I want the roads, from 3 to 7 inches again tonight. We want our roads to be able to be snow plowed. We want the parks to be open. We want the rec center to be open. So I think it may not be what you would like overall, but I think it's a good cut of what could be done to help us keep looking at it this year, so that in 2015 budget, we don't have this kind of discussion. And I just think you have that ability, and I know you have the brain power to understand it and make it happen. I mean, you've done that leadership in your previous job at the government, so I just ask for your indulgence on that, and I appreciate your listening, because it's very important to me that we do the right thing.
I would
Cost cutting
say,
is number one, but you got to do it the right way. You can't just throw the baby out and hope that the next one comes in isn't going to cost you any more, when it's proven that it will cost you more.
No, let me just offer you this. I can offer you other costs from other similar-sized cities that are lower than ours. So basically, what we're talking about is simply a method of billing and for what the detail is that we're going to be receiving. Nothing else is really at hand here, and I certainly don't think there is any reason for the mayor to shut down the city because of that. That is just not common sense. Can we discuss this? Absolutely. Can we consider this? Absolutely. I'll look at the details here, and tomorrow we'll get back together. That's what I think we're at this point.
Have we agreed to meet tomorrow then, Jan, or not?
We need to hurry up because we have 24 hours, so we got to get
Yeah.
it done here because it's
Right.
24 hours from when we
Well, we can
finish,
make it
right?
later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are we agreed that we're meeting tomorrow?
I thought that's what the suggestion was from,
Right? That's fine.
well, once again, we have to have input from our law department, because they're under contract and we're still talking about making changes.
Well, we're talking about.
But the change I'm offering takes care of this year. So it gives us the ability to, yes, it is a change of what was passed, but it
Right.
gives us the ability to open that door if they're willing to sit down with us and open the door and open that contract. That would help. I think what we're talking about is, I personally don't want to take it into Monday because paychecks got to go out on Tuesday, So I think, I hate to say it, but you're right, Mr. Engel, I think it's got to be tomorrow. Has to be. Sorry, that's poor English, sorry.
Okay? 5 o'clock tomorrow?
We doing it at 5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
5, okay.
I need to be,
We're
can we
good.
do it a little bit later than that? Because if we're not doing it early, I'll have to go late,
What's late?
Okay.
like 7.
Yeah, there's no football, so sure.
Okay. All right, 7 o'clock.
Thank you.
So 7, just for clarity, your work session starts at 7 and the special meeting will immediately follow, correct? Correct?
I
Yes.
guess.
Yep.
Someone answer?
Yes. You're so demanding.
Tom, will you take this back and discuss this
You be here
with
tomorrow?
Mr. Deemer and get back to me?
Thank you for indulging me. I appreciate that.
All right, moving on to ordinance number 32. Was it Josephine?
Yes, it was, sir.
32, 2014.
I'd like to offer ordinance 32, 2014 for its first, second, and third reading by title only.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
An emergency ordinance authorizing directing the mayor to enter into a contract with the Ohio Department of Transportation enabling the city of Macedonia to participate in ODOT's contract for the purchase of road salt for the 2014-2015 winter season.
And what's your pleasure?
I move that we pass and post according to law ordinance 32, 2014.
I do need a second.
Second. I was waiting for you, I'm sorry.
Ms. Darrow?
Roll call.
Sorry, Mayor. Ms. Darrow?
Yes.
Mr. Engel?
Yes.
Ms. Hannikin?
Yes.
Mr. Molnar,
Yes.
Ms. Tully?
Yes.
Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So
Motion
made.
to adjourn.
Second.
Thanks for coming.
This is where I need to be.
Don't forget your paperwork.
Is this your son?
That's why.
That's by where they were. Census making.
Budget is so great.
It's pretty awesome.
65 and sunny, every day. 65 and sunny.
Somebody got to wear a jacket, right?
You lie and they swear to it,
Size jacket.
right?
I'm at a 44. What do you need?
Take it.
You lie and they swear to it.
That's the, that's the way it goes.
I don't say nothing, I just have the FBI investigate it. You weren't here when that happened. When the last finance director worked 2 days, and Don and Dean wanted to give him 2 days in January, $8,000. The assholes didn't say nothing. I get a hold of Ron Regan of the FBI. Regan got a hold of Dean. What do you mean, 2 days worth in January? Next meeting, Dean said, oh, we made a mistake, we've only allowed $200. I had,
Why, they gave his vacation and stuff, or what did they give
they
him?
don't know what they're doing up there. When Don transferred the money for the home days illegally, I had the auditors down here. He can't do what he did. That's not your money, it's home days money in 25B, all right? What he's doing, and whether you're doing it or not, I don't say nothing. I've got the FBI, all right? I got the auditors investigate. I hope, really, not you particularly. The only way that people are gonna learn is somebody goes to jail. I'm not trying to be an asshole. I mean, I'm just, if things you don't know, I'm trying to help you. If you look at me like this.
I have to. I got to feed my wife.
Huh? No, I mean, can you imagine
We got Tuesday.
giving a old finance director $8,000 for 2 days' work? But nobody checked it out, and I'm looking at them.
Better take
I told you, I get on the phone, and 2 days later, I get a letter from Deemer telling me either to shut up or he's gonna sue me. I got a hold of the ACLU. Can you imagine? Can you imagine the law director telling me I have no right to talk? I didn't say anything nasty. I got his signature on it. I called the ACLU. Bring him on. You want to mess up the ACLU? Same thing like the manor house. Okay? Everything the city is doing is illegal. I gave down all the documents from the EPA. I had them out here. Twice they've been, the city and EPA cited them for 18, and it's supposed to be condemned twice. And the city is allowing it. No offense. You know me quite a while. I don't care who goes to jail. Don's gonna be the first one. What he's doing. The ordinance said, a letter from the law department, the Barb Cornick, the mayor, and only the mayor controls all the city buildings. Council has no authority to say anything. And like I told him, he knows that I've got documents since 1985, everything that goes on, and I've got over 8,000 pictures of the city. So, what do you want when you go to jail? What do you want to smoke?
What I want to eat?
Eat.
Salami, cheese, hard roll.
We don't have it in this jail, we're too cheap.
I'll send you a mess. I'll send you a little mess. Where's Mike tonight?
But some people make up these ridiculous stories. Hey, are you working if you don't get paid?
Am I working and I don't get paid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you gonna come to work even though you didn't get paid?
Yeah.
Well, see?
Tell them we got a
Here,
lot
I
of
thought you
vacation
guys were gonna
content.
jump ship or something.
We got a lot of vacation content. We just take out. We'll get the check later.
Let me point something out to you. Okay. I had over 20 years at the time. Now, they said to me, we can't pay you anymore because the government is short of funds. Okay? So they said, you can walk, because you got your 20. You can walk out the door. And I said, can I still be of use? Absolutely. We cannot pay you. Ladies and gentlemen, 12 years of no pay. No pay. Now, I've been told I was an idiot, and I'll use a little stronger language. I could, if I wanted to. But you know why I did it? Because it needed to be done. And it was a job that I could do. And I didn't, now don't get me wrong, I'm still working at Ford, okay? 1 weekend a month and 2 weeks a year for 12 years. No pay. And by the way, I had to buy my own lunch and pay my own gas. But it was a job that needed to be done. I knew I could do it, so I volunteered and stayed. And in the year 2000, my wife finally said, Dan, you've given enough. It's time after 35 years to go home. That's what I am. That's who I am. That's what I am. My country needed me, and I was going to stay even if I wasn't getting paid by it. So if you, I hope it doesn't happen to you guys.
Or you don't have to come in, do you?
We're not going
Or are you
in.
just gonna come in?
Probably should come in.
Yeah,
But I'll wait.
you're already in the
Yeah.
line.
Checks on Monday or not.
You have a way of putting some
I know,
wisdom
I thought
behind the
that
perspectives.
We've had so many
I have a
finance
question for you.
meetings, so.
Is there a way of getting the budget online? Is that something that's available?
No, I can send it to you. You gotta,
I remember you were the best.
I don't know if I brought one down. Got your, I'll forward you the whole Excel spreadsheet that I have all this on.
That'd be good.
What's that?
Yeah, whatever's the easiest.
Oh, I know that.
No, it'd be easier one click away.
Yeah. it's-
Here, go ahead and write down, and I'll send it to you as soon as I get back up in the office.
All right, thank you. Rather than me asking you for a copy or anything like
I've
that.
already decided on how I'm voting, so we've had so many discussions, and that stuff, you know, they should have been here, they should have been talking about it sooner. And as far as I'm
MUS?
concerned, it's
MUS.
done.
As it,
MUST,
I am.
1969?
yeah, as in 1969 Mustang,
Oh,
which
okay.
we have sitting in our garage, which we drive in good weather.
What motor's in there? What motor?
Well,
6-cylinder or?
no. It's a 390, but it started out being a 420. I can never remember 8 or 9. 429 Cobra Jet.
Yeah,
And
that's the one that's worth a lot.
yeah, my husband raced it. We had about 4 of those engines replaced, and then finally he was stopping racing, and he says, "I'm not putting another one in the 390." But it's got a lot of the Cobra.
Oh, yeah?
Because we've got all the parts, so it's got a lot of the Cobra parts in
Is the
it.
body nice?
Yeah, body's good, it's convertible. It's one of, that particular car, with that color and model and everything about it, you can go after one of 20 wherever.
What is it? Is it red? What color?
It's called Indian Red.
Indian red?
So it's a kind of a
What's the inside black?
Yeah.
That's probably worth a lot of money.
Yeah, I don't know how much it, I mean, it needs some work, you know, but not much. It's drivable, and we take it out in the summer and stuff like that, you know. So, but because it's been modified and it doesn't have an original engine. I remember I was trying to find some information on it at one point, and this one guy emailed me back, he says, "Do you have any idea what you've got?"
Yeah.
So he pointed me in the direction of some additional information about that, so, and we bought it new.
Back then, how much was that? $5,000?
Not even,
See, we work 24 hours a day. We just
Really?
don't work from 6
Yeah, I
to
wanna
6.
say-
And
My
everybody's
husband would
laughing.
know, but
I
under
had to
4,
do it.
in the 4,000,
okay.
maybe give or take
Yeah.
that range. You know, but actually, well, we're technically the second owner, even though we have a new car title, because Stone Ford that was out in Hudson had sold it to a Hudson school teacher, and he brought it back with 1,800 miles on it. He says, "I can't handle this stuff.
Too much money.
And way too much. Order me exactly the same thing, but tone down the power, you know." So, and
Boy, that
he's got
thing-
trophies and stuff like that.
Man, that thing was all original with that motor. Can you imagine what it was worth?
Oh, yeah, then
Probably 60, 70
and
grand,
right
if
after
not
we
more.
bought, we had an opportunity to have bought a Shelby. That's what we should have bought.
Yeah.
You know, we could have had that comfort. So,
I'll shoot this over to you.
yeah, well,
You can have fun just like everyone else.
one question right back to this. Is the contract? I mean, that's the thing that concerns me more than anything else.
I don't think it's a contract. I think when you put that ordinance, it doesn't specify that they're getting paid. I think it's all.
Because, you know, I mean,
Who's gonna rule? You know what I mean? You have the fire department telling you that.
because that'd be the only thing that I see.
But theoretically, that means if everybody that's in that ordinance should get paid no matter what. So if I'm in that ordinance and I can quit tomorrow, you gotta pay me out up to my whole amount of money that I'm getting a contract for. It's a stupid argument. Unless you had a contract that actually specified you're going to be a law director in 14 and 15 or whatever. To me, put that in, that's not a contract, that's just a